Yo, it's Crogol. Welcome back to another Pokemon Scarlet and Violet Wi-Fi battle. Today, we got something special for you. We got a double feature, that's right. Two back-to-back battles coming at you today. Because I'm in a giving mood, right? It's the season, you know. Anyway, we've got a PSY-SPAM team with Psychic Terrain and Expanding Force, and I am super excited to get into it, so let's go. Oh, one more thing. Did you know over 90% of you guys aren't subscribed? I would really appreciate it if you did that, because I've got more content coming at you. Alright, let's go. Alright, so getting into this, he is going to lead off with his Ursaluna Blood Moon. It is Bandit Ubers, but that's okay. It really is, it's fine. We're going to lead off with Nami, our Rabambi here, and turn one, we're just going to get our Sticky Webs because, you know, I'd rather have everything slower than me if possible, right? He's thinking about his first turn. I mean, it's not too complicated first turns, right? But we're going to get our Sticky Web off, of course, and he is going to reveal the Calm Mind, and this thing is just going to start setting up on me. Of course, he is free to set up on me because I can't really do anything with Nami here. But again, that is okay, alright? I've got a plan, we're gonna stun Spore, and it fails. Go figure, right? Less than 100% accurate moves never, ever hit. But that's okay. He's just gonna keep buffing his Spadef here, and this turn I'm thinking, do I want to go Moonblast or want to Skill Swap? I think I'm gonna Skill Swap here, and get rid of his Mind's Eye, just so he can't hit ghost types and whatnot and all that shenanigans that Ursaluna does. He does go right off for the Blood Moon. We know he can't use it next turn, but Nami just barely lives with her Focus Sash. We're going to get one more move off with her, and then of course is going to be Moonblast, hopefully. Hopefully, this does a lot of damage. I doubt it though, let's see. It does a reasonable amount. I should have went for 2 Moonblasts, but that's behind us now. Alright. So Nami faints, and, you know, he claims one, right? That is completely fine. We're running a hyper offense team. That is completely fine. Because you know what we're going to do? We're going to contemplate a little bit. Do I want to go straight out in the mob? Do I want to go out into Ivankov? And, well, you're about to see here in a few seconds, we're going to go into Ivankov, and we're going to go ahead and hopefully, KO with a superpower. Let's find out here. So we sent out Ivankov, and with the new Stellar Terra, this thing is actually a monster. I did misplay this turn. I definitely should have Terra'd to get that Stellar boost. It definitely would have KO'd this thing. Sadly, it just barely misses out on the KO. We lose our Life Orb HP, and he's just going to Blood Moon and blow us back. And another one bites the dust. Again, we're fine. We're chilling, right? We've still got our PSY-SPAM in the back. We are completely fine. He does have a Malamar in the back as well. If it has Contrary, of course it's going to get a speed boost, but that is completely fine. Again, we are not sweating, we are not worried. We're going to go out into Mob our nice shiny entity here, and we're going to set up our Psychic Terrain, so any priority moves that they might have in the back are not going to go off, and we're going to go ahead and KO this behemoth, this monster, this threat with a Dazzling Gleam. Of course, going for Dazzling Gleam in case Malamar wants to get funny and come on out. It does not. He goes into Cyclizar here. Normally, this thing would outspeed us. But, since we are both Choice Scarfed and have the Sticky Web minus, we are going to outspeed and miss out on the KO. Alright, Mob. There's a reason why this thing is PU. He goes ahead, lives, eats his Citrus Berry. This lizard is looking healthy. He goes for a Rapid Spin. That's going to benefit everybody on his team except for his Malamar, of course, with that Contrary boost. And again, I am fine, because we claim one, we're back and forth, we're now -2, -2s, right? It's a 4v4. We're looking good, we've got the advantage, I think, at this point. We've got our Psychic Terrain, so we can always start spamming some size, you know, Expanding Force, all that good stuff. Maybe a little Luster Purge, we'll see. He goes out into his Charizard here. I want to save Mob just to get the Psychic Terrain up again later on. So we're going to go out into our Latios here. Of course, Jetstream. And hopefully we can live a move. I know we're going to live a move, but he reveals Dragon Dance. This thing is a physical Charizard, not a special Charizard. And we're still fine. We're still fine. I know we can still live at least one hit. We're going to go for Luster Purge. It is in the Psychic Terrain, and we have the Soul Dew, so this thing is going to hit like a truck regardless. He doesn't speed. Go for the Crunch. We do live one, like I said. Luster Purge goes off. Can we lower their special defense? Let's find out. And we do. So, we're in a good position here. He barely lives yet again. Everything is just barely living this match. And that is fine. Again, we are okay. We are not sweating. Because you know why? We're bringing out the man, the myth, the legend, Giga Man! Our Great Tusk, as he goes for a Crunch that does absolutely nothing to us here. And this turn, I am just going to go look at his team real quick, but in the end, we are just going to go for an Ice Spinner here. It hits everything neutrally except for Mr. Sinistra. He has Fire Punch, and that is not going to KO us. We are physically bulky, and down goes the Charizard. So, with that boosting threat out of the way, he still has some massive threats in the works, as he sends out his Sinistra. Now I'm thinking, what do I want to do? This thing has Matcha Gotcha. It could probably put some status on us. Specifically burn status, and we don't want this because this thing is very, 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 very physically bulky. So I am just going to go ahead and Terra and then use the new move, Temper Flare. Temper Flare, what it does is if the previous move misses, it doubles in power. Of course, no moves missed on our end. We could have went for Rapid Spin and guaranteed that, but I'd rather not, right? But we're going to fire Terra here. He's gonna, we actually outspeed, sorry. We're gonna go for Temper Flare. This is Terra boosted, super effective. It doesn't do too much. This thing is very, very physically bulky. As he goes for his Matcha Gotcha, that does quite a bit for being resisted. Of course, our special defense is not the best on Giga Man here. He heals almost up to full. I'm thinking, do I want to go for Ice Spinner? Do I want to go for Temper Flare? What would hit more? Hit for more? We're just going to go for Temper Flare because of the Terra boost. And again, we're not doing too much damage to this thing. He goes for his Strength Sap. That is going to get him completely back to full health. I was willing to sack a Giga Man to get a free switch, but this is okay too. So now I am just going to go into Mob here. Mob can definitely take at least one hit from this thing. And it is completely immune to his ghost attacks, if he has any. So we're going to set up the Psychic Terrain here yet again. And this thing goes for a Calm Mind. Okay. So everything on this guy's team just wants to set up in your face. He does not care whatsoever. But you know what we can do? We can just Expanding Force this turn. This is Stab and Psychic Terrain boosted. This thing is going to hit like a truck. And it does half damage. He's going to go for another Calm Mind, so another one will not take him out, but it still will do quite a bit of damage. So we're going to go for it again, of course, because we are choiced in. We're going to go Expanding Force. Barely misses out on the KO. That's a trend for those matches, you can tell. He goes for the Strength Sap. He's not going to get too much health back because, of course, we are not physically invested with our Indeedee here. He does heal to a little bit over half. That is completely fine. What will he do? He switches out. Of course, he's going to go into Malamar because it is completely immune to our Expanding Force. It goes into Vecna. That's a cool nickname for it. Of course, Expanding Force is not going to hit him. And this thing is going to be a threat, as you guys are going to see here in just a few minutes. This thing has the Stellar Terra. He's got Superpower. He's going to boost, just like we tried to do with Ivankov. But this is going to be a little bit more successful than us. Either way, I don't need Giga Man anymore. He's done his job. Too bad I had to waste my Terra on him. That is completely fine. He's going to go for Superpower because that is completely free. And he's going to start boosting his stats. Giga Man, thank you for your years of service. You will be missed. So, our psychic terrain does go ahead and fizzle out here. And at this point, I'm thinking, what do I want to go into? Do I go into Jetstream? Do I go into the mob? I don't know. We're going to go into Jetstream, though. I'm going to try to hit this thing for as much damage as possible with a Draco Meteor. Luster Purge boosted Draco Meteor, of course. Hopefully we landed here. We'll find out here in just a second. As soon as he decides what move he wants to go for, he does! Finally, Stellar Terra. Not Stella Terra. Stellar Terra. And of course, every time he goes for Terra Blast, it's going to boost both his attack and special attack stats. Normally, it would lower them, but the contrary, the opposite is true, right? So we go ahead, we finally land our Draco Meteor. It doesn't KO, which is, it's alright. He's gonna go retaliate with a Terra Blast. Knocks out our Jetstream. He's gonna get his attack and special attack boost. Again, we are fine. We are not sweating. We've still got Mob in the back, and we've still got our Iron Crown in the back. Moody Blues. We're gonna go right back out into Mob, of course. And we are going to hit this thing with a Dazzling Gleam, hopefully. We'll see what happens here. Of course, if he has any priority moves again, they are gonna fizzle out. We're gonna go for a Dazzling Gleam. We're gonna lock that in. Can Mob destroy Vecna? Barely misses out on the KO again. As he goes for knockoff, that is 100% going to take Mob down. As he sees we do have the Choice Scarf. And he's sitting in a good position, right? He's got some good mons. All we've got left is our Moody Blues here, our brand new Iron Crown. This thing is going to be amazing. I cannot wait to use this thing more. But for now, we pop our booster energy, we boost our speed. You're probably like, how do you boost your speed? Well, we're not fully invested in special attack. That's, of course, by intention, because we are a more bulkier set. We're going to go for Tachyon Cutter. That is going to take this thing out. Of course, we outspeed pretty much everything at this point. And we're going to hit like a truck while doing it. So, he sends out his Arbok. Goes for the Intimidate, which does not matter for us, because of course we are specially attacking. We're going to go for Calm Mind, because I know we can live at least one thing this thing wants to go for. Maybe if he goes for a Cruncher, maybe even Earthquake if this thing gets it, I don't know. But I know we can live at least one hit from this thing. So, we're going to get a free Calm Mind off, as he does switch into his Sinestcha. I don't know what the play there was for that, but it kind of worked out for us, right? So we're going to boost ourselves, special attack, special defense, getting boosted with Calm Mind, and at this point, we're just going to Expanding Force. We've got the terrain to do it, so might as well, right? This thing is going to hit like a truck, and down goes the Bamboo. The Bamboo Wisp. And at this point, we've basically got this thing in the bag. He's going to go into Arbok. And he goes for yet another Intimidate. This is his last Pokemon. We're going to Expanding Force. And that, of course, is going to be the game. Bye-bye, Arbok. And the Iron Crown, he is our king. Alright, I hope you guys enjoyed that first one. Let's go ahead and get into the second one. Alright, right back at it again. This time, our opponent has a Mono Water Rain team, and we're bringing our PSY-SPAM yet again, of course. And like the previous battle, we're going to lead with Harabambi, because Sticky Web's is going to be very, very good against this team, especially with some Swift Swimmers on their side. So, let's go ahead and get into it. They are going to lead off with their Primarina, again, a returning Pokemon, and like I said before, we're leading with Nami. I want to get those Sticky Webs up. So of course, turn one, don't overcomplicate it, it's free, right? Of course, we've got the Focus Sash, so even if this thing managed to bring us down, we'll still live, regardless, right? So, they go ahead and flip turn out. Pretty cool that this thing gets flip turn. And they bring out the Politoed, already setting up their rain. And of course, Sticky Web is going to proc here. And at this point, Ribombee has done its job, so we're just gonna Moonblast spam until it goes down. One Moonblast, and we actually get the special attack drop as well, so this thing is not going to KO us. We live on 5 without our Sash, and we get yet another Moonblast off. Nearly KOs this time. We don't get another special attack, but that's okay. Ribombee drops 2, a Surf, and at this point, we can kind of just sweep, essentially. We're going to go out into Jet Stream here. This thing is super low HP. Any move I go for will basically knock this thing out. Even Flip Turn, which Latios gets now, which is kind of crazy. We're just going to go ahead and Luster Purge again. It's safe. It will not miss. As they do preserve their Politoed, very, very smart, because they want to get the rate up later on in the match. And they come right back on to Primarina. That was a good play on their part, but sadly we did not go for a Dragon-type move. We went for our Luster Purge. And that does not get a special attack, or special defense drop, sorry. But that's okay. At this point I'm thinking, what is he going to want to go for? Maybe a Fairy-type move? Most likely a Fairy-type move. I think I can just set up with Moody Blues at this point. We are specially defensive as well. Like I said, we are running a more bulky Iron Crown set, so we are fine with that. We're going to activate our Quark Drive with our Booster Energy, and they're going to go for Moonblast. Again, we are bulky. We eat that pretty well. I'm going to go for a Calm Mind. It is completely free against this Pokemon. Even if they want to go for like Hydro Pump or something, we still live regardless. So they're going to go ahead and switch out, fearing, I guess, a Steel-type move? I don't know. But they go out into Gyarados. It is not Intimidate, which means it is Moxie. So this thing is a little bit scary. And at this point, the only thing I can hit it with is Expanding Force. Of course, it is not boosted, but it is still stab +1. So we're just going to go and spam our Expanding Force. And let's see how much damage it does. It does over half. This thing goes for Earthquake, and our bulk EVs come in clutch. We barely live that, and we're going to be able to take it down with yet another Expanding Force. There we go, nice little animation, and boom, down goes the Gyarados. We claim our first KO. And the rain stops as well, so that is fantastic for us. They're going to bring out Politoed yet again. At this point, do they sack it? I don't know. Let's find out together. So the speed drops, of course. They get their Drizzle. I love Politoed. I wish it was better. I wish it got like buffed or something. I love Politoed. It's such a cool Pokemon. But of course, we are just going to keep spamming Expanding Force. And the Politoed does drop this time around. Bye-bye, Mr. Toad. Bye-bye, Mr. Ninja Turtle. I don't know why I said Ninja Turtle, but I think it fits. Regardless, he's going out into his Swift Swim Kingdra. He's going to get that speed lowered, and of course we have our booster energy, so we still outspeed. And like I said, we're just spamming Expanding Force until this thing drops. We are hyper offense. Of course, it would be better if we had our terrain up, but that is completely fine. He goes for Hydro Pump, lands it. Moody Blues is done for. This thing might be Specs. I have no idea. I would run Specs on this thing, personally. But we're going to go out to Mob here. We are Choice Scarfed. So we will outspeed this thing guaranteed, even with its speed boost up. We set up our terrain here, and of course, we're just going to, we're just going to keep spamming Expanding Force. They have no Dark types to counter this thing unless they have Terra Dark, but I doubt it. We're going to go Expanding Force. Down goes the Kingdra. And this one is looking like a pretty easy sweep at this point, right? They've only got, 3 Pokemon left? Ludicolo, Blastoise, and Primarina. He's going to send out his Ludicolo, of course. Hoping that he outspeeds with his Swift Swim. I'm looking at his team. Don't want to save Mob. Probably not, right? Because this thing, all of the water types probably have Ice Beam or some type of ice move. So we're just going to keep spamming Expanding Force. Barely KOs. He retaliates with the Weather Ball. This thing is going to blow us back for sure. Like, there's no way Mob is surviving that. Weather Ball is a nasty move. I love that so many Pokemon get it. They can be run on different weather teams. It's fantastic. But Jetstorm is going to come out here. It is our fastest Pokemon at this point. And even if he goes for an Ice Beam, that is completely fine, because we will live at least one hit, if he outspeeds, that is. But we're going to go for Luster Purge. Our terrain is up. This thing is going to hit like a truck, and down goes Ludicolo. Of course, the thing is not surviving, especially with a critical hit on our end. And he's got 2 Pokemon left. Got him 2 Pokemon, and he's going to set out his Blastoise finally. I'm guessing this thing didn't have Rapid Spin on it, otherwise he would have got rid of the Sticky Webs immediately. We do see he has power-ups, which means he has the Shell Smash. Pretty cool move. I want to use Blastoise. I want to use an offensive Blastoise with Shell Smash eventually, but obviously not in this video. We're going to Terra Water here, because I know Blastoise is super bulky. We're not going to KO this thing unless we get a crit. So I'm going to Terra Water here, expecting this thing to want to go for an Ice Beam. Nice little water spout on our Latios here. And of course, we're just clicking Luster Purge. We have no reason not to. And it does over half. We get the special defense drop, which doesn't really matter. He does reveal the Ice Beam. And he has Rain Dash as well, so a little bit of a leftovers recovery on this thing going out. Of course, we're just going to continue to Luster Purge, especially if this thing wants to switch out into his Primarina. But no, he chooses to stay in, which is, I guess, the smart move, right? Doesn't want to get some damage off on Primarina. But at this point, this battle is pretty much in the bag for us. He's got 1 Pokemon to our 3. And Primarina can't really touch Jetstream. I mean, of course they can, go for a Fairy-type move, but they know it is a losing battle for them, so of course they're just going to go ahead and cancel. So that is our nice double feature for the holidays. I hope you guys enjoyed. Again, don't forget to click that subscribe button, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.